Gosh. The world needs what you have. There's only one you. There's no one else like you. We need what you have to give. YouTube has changed my life with only 1,000 subscribers. So I was gonna say less than 1,000 subscribers, but I just looked at my channel and I made it to 1,000. I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. Woo! It truly feels unreal to say that I finally have 1,000 subscribers, but I'm glad I didn't blow up overnight. I wasn't ready when I started this channel. That makes it sound like I had a choice. Like YouTube called me up and they were like, hey, would you like to blow up overnight or would you like slow and steady growth? Clearly that didn't happen, but my skills, experience, and capacity to sit in front of a camera were just not ready when I first started. You know, some people have filmmaking experience, they have editing experience, or they've acted before. I felt I had no experience. So all that to say that I'm just glad I didn't blow up overnight, and slow and steady wins the race. I'm Julie, welcome back to my channel, and around here we talk about books. So if you like talking about books too, stick around. I have a lot going on today. I need to film and edit, I need to hike, and I need to clean, so I am gonna take you guys on a hike. I just wanted to take you hiking with me today because I feel like I live in one of the most beautiful places on earth, and I just want to share that with you. Gosh. But when I first started this channel, it was truly the beginning of my journey. But the number one way that YouTube has changed my life is by teaching me to have a growth mindset. I think the number one tragedy of social media is that we're sold this idea that destiny brings success to some people, but not to others. I was actually taught this growing up, and maybe some of you were too. I was actively taught, and it doesn't matter by who or why, but I was actively taught that if I didn't know something, then I should just quit right now. If I wasn't good at something naturally, I'd never be good at it. If I don't immediately excel, I'll never be successful, so I may as well just quit now. I don't know who needs to hear this, but that is not true. You can learn skills. You can grow as a person, you can get experience, and you can get better. It's never too late, and you can be successful. Success doesn't mean never failing. There's not something wrong with you if you fail, but there is an art and a science to failing well. Just notice one thing you want to improve with each video and do it better next time. Whether it's your title, your thumbnail, your intros or outros, just get a little better each time. Also, when I was young, I internalized the idea that if I have a failure, then I am a failure. And it's taken me so long to realize that that's not true. Everyone has failures. It's how you handle them that matters. The next way YouTube has changed my life is by helping me grow. I have grown so much since I started this channel in such a short amount of time. I've learned how to film and edit videos. I learned how to create a channel. I learned how to upload videos. I've learned what YouTube wants from me. I've learned what viewers want from me. It's a steep learning curve. I'm not a tech girl. I'm just not, and I never have been. Every technology that I've ever owned or learned has been as a result of someone giving it to me because someone in my life wanted to be more tech savvy for some reason. I don't know why, but people want me to know about tech. So this is honestly one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I've given birth and climbed 14ers. I'm not saying they're the same, but yeah, this is one of the hardest things I've ever done. Okay, Georgia, are you ready? It sounds crazy to say, but I'm doing what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to work from home. Georgia, what are you doing? Georgia, off! I'm doing what I've always wanted to do. I'm working from home, from a sweet little mountain town, and all my dreams are coming true. This is crazy. Okay, back to studio, Julie. So I think I'm on number 4. Not sure. We'll know when I start editing. YouTube changed my life by giving me a voice. It's given me confidence in knowing I have something to say. If you're an introvert too, you might know this, that as an introvert, so many times in my life, people seem to think I have nothing to say. They talk over me, they interrupt me, they ignore me while I'm trying to say something. Or they'll finish your sentences in a bad way. Like they'll interrupt you, finish your sentence, and so many times I'll be like, no, actually I was gonna say the opposite if you would have waited till the end of the sentence and not interrupted me. I think deep down, I always knew I had something to say, and YouTube has given me that voice. I can remember as a teenager, I had a premonition that I was supposed to speak to a large crowd of people. And when I told the adults in my life about it, they laughed at me down to the very last person that I told. But keep in mind, this was back in a time when the internet wasn't really a thing yet. We couldn't imagine influencers getting on the internet and just having a voice and having an audience and being able to talk to people. That was really something that only celebrities and politicians had at that time. But I think I always knew deep down that I would do this. And that's why it felt so big and so hard when I started. It was really scary. But that brings me to my next point. The pressure's pretty much off with a small channel. You can pretty much say whatever you want, whenever you want, because you don't have a huge audience pressuring you for a certain type of content. So you feel like when you post a YouTube video, you're getting ready to tell the world something, and then only a few people see it. And you're like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of freeing because nobody saw it, so it doesn't really matter. And YouTube has taught me to let go of the small stuff. When I first started, I was agonizing about every little background thing and every little noise and every little light, and people just don't notice that stuff. You'll notice a lot of times when you get onto new YouTubers' channels, they're like, I'm sorry about the sound, I'm sorry about the lighting, I'm sorry about my hair, I'm sorry that I live. And it's just like, no one cares. It's fine. We don't notice the plane going by in the background. We don't notice the dog barking because it's too far away. The microphone doesn't really pick it up. It's fine. And as long as you're authentic to who you are, that's what people genuinely care about. And that's another thing. The community on YouTube is incredible. When I first started, I was so afraid of trolls and haters. I thought they were going to tell me I was ugly. I thought they were going to tell me I was old. I thought they were going to tell me to sit down and shut up. Literally, no one has been mean to me on YouTube. Everyone has been so supportive and kind. So the internet may be a dark and scary place, but YouTube and BookTube in particular is like an English village. It's cozy, it's warm, it's charming. It's like a little reading nook with a warm fire and a hot drink, just inviting you to come be part of it. So if you're waiting to start your channel, here's your sign. No more waiting, just do it. You have something unique to say, and the world needs to hear it. We need what you have to give. And maybe it's a skill or a service, or maybe you just want to lighten the mood and brighten our day and lift us up a little bit. We need that. YouTube is probably the #1 way I combat anxiety and depression. When I need a laugh, I turn to my favorite comedians on YouTube or my favorite booktuber. I get a little lift. I walk out of the other side of that video a little lighter, a little brighter, a little more ready to take on the world. We need you, and we need what you have to give. So just get started today. Also, if you're looking for book reviews or recommendations, you can check out these videos here.